Good morning. As I get into this, Andy asked me to explain why Healthcare Blue Books, why I spend my time on Healthcare Blue Book. So I thought I'd share a story with you guys. I'm a physician by training. I've worked in healthcare, many different roles. What I found, though, is until you're on the patient side of the table, you really don't understand how dysfunctional the U.S. healthcare system is. And I'm sure many people in this room have experienced it. I'm going to share a story with you. This is a picture of my son. He just graduated high school last week, but he was born with mild CP, and so we've been on the patient side of the table with him a lot during his journey. And when he was 12 years old, he needed a foot surgery. Not a complicated foot surgery, 1 hour outpatient foot surgery. He likes to play sports. We want a good result. We found a really good surgeon. But I'm also in a high deductible plan like so many of you guys and your employees, so I called to ask about the price. Any guesses when you call the hospital and say, how much will this cost? Yeah, they don't know. The exact answer is, we don't know. Why are you asking? So I convinced him to give me the price of the surgery. 1 hour outpatient foot surgery, $37,000. And with your network discount, it's only going to be $15,000 to $25,000. Vern, I think they understand that pricing thing. So I called the surgeon back and I said, is there another facility that we could use that would be acceptable? He said, yeah, there's another facility, just as good, way more convenient. They might have a better price, $1,500. Same surgery, same surgeon, both in network providers, 2 blocks apart. One of them's $1,500, the other one's $15,000 to $25,000. Fortunately, I knew to ask. Most people don't. So my job, our company's job, is to make sure every patient can get affordable health care, high-quality affordable health care, and that's what we do. Our goal is to protect patients. In the U.S., we're spending $3 trillion on health care, 20% of GDP. It's probably twice as much as it should be. And the important thing is, even if you have insurance and go in network, you can pay 3 times to 10 times too much, just like I was exposed to. And we adopt a simple and easy approach. You can see there on the left, that's what we do. Just show people, what is the quality, what is the cost? Shop around for care. It's really easy. How many people would like to be able to see that kind of information? If you get out your phone, I'll follow Vern's lead. For everyone in the room, we'll give you guys free access to Blue Book. Just text My Blue Book to 411. Text My Blue Book will get you guys access. And hopefully it'll help you and your family. Let me just say a little bit about Healthcare Blue Book. This shows our company since 2011, when we really started working with employer groups. We've had revenue growth of over 200% cumulative average growth rate for the last 5 years, which is awesome, right? We love that. The challenge comes in, of course, is on the employee growth, is over 100% a year for the last 5 years. So that creates all the complexity. And how do you communicate your priorities? How do you set your priorities on an annual and quarterly basis? How do you make sure your culture's right as you're bringing on all these people? So this is, let me go back one. If you look at that growth rate, it looks awesome, right? We love that. Unfortunately, underneath, that's what it really looks like. And I imagine the founders and CEOs in here relate to this. I know I did. This is a postcard that my coach, Andy Bailey, sent to me, and it sits on my desk. I look at it every day. Sometimes I laugh, sometimes I cry. But what we've been doing really for the last 5 or 6 years, my leadership team and I, we were working on Rock Habits, we were reading Scale Up, we were doing it on our own. And we had Excel documents and PowerPoints, and we were sort of doing the best we could, but it was a little bit hit or miss. Fortunately, one of my leadership team executives emailed Vern and said, we need a coach. Can you help us? He said, I've got a great coach at Petra, Andy Bailey happens to be in the Nashville area, you ought to give him a call. So I had lunch with Andy. And we've been working with Andy for the last couple of years. And one of the things that we did was implement the Align software to help us manage and organize and plan. And so what I want to do is talk to you a little bit about the Align software. And I know Andy's going to have a breakfast session tomorrow. There's a limited number of seats, but you can get tickets out at their booth. But this is a picture of the Align software, screenshots. And we're not going to do a live demo, but here are some screenshots. So first thing is the one-page plan that Vern just went through. And you can go through your foundation. I'll share with you guys ours. I won't read the core values, obviously. Our purpose is to protect patients by exposing the truth and empowering their choice. to get better care and high quality care. And our BHAG is to return $1 trillion to the pockets of our patients that we work with. So we think that's pretty big goal. If you think about the culture and core values, we've been growing rapidly. We had to add space, had to move space several times, about every 18 months. The last time a little more ambitious, we bit off some space that would support our culture, very open environment, put the values on the wall. And our trophy in our company is if you do really good on core values, you get your own bobblehead. So, so that's been fun. The annual planning is really important. That sets the strategic direction for us, and we manage all of that in the Align software. So we're doing the SWOT analysis, we're setting our annual priorities, and then we're going in and setting specific targets. And we have every single employee on our company doing this. We started out with just our leadership team, and we realized the most important thing is to have everyone in the company going in the same direction. So we have everyone on the platform. Everyone can see what our annual priorities are. Everyone can know what our goals are and how we're performing against them, and specific actions we intend to take to improve the culture, the efficiency, et cetera. The quarterly planning, and we do an offsite with 20 or 30 of our employees every quarter, and that's really reviewing the progress, and once again, it's all tracked in the system. Review our annual plan, see if we need to update it, and then finalize the current quarter priorities and tasks. Quarterly priorities show up on the dashboard, and we have this up on monitors in our space, and every employee has their own login. They can do it on their phone or on their computer. But the first thing we do every quarter is set the company priorities. I think we're supposed to have 3. We always end up with 5, probably too many. But you can see, and it's color-coded, and it makes it really easy to see where you are. And then right behind the company priorities, every employee in the company sets their individual priorities. And that last bullet alignment, we know on a percentage basis out of all the specific employee tasks and priorities that they're setting, how many align with a company priority, because not everything does, and that's okay, but the more the better. Also within the system, you can set tasks, reminders, you can even do stucks. So if you can't do your job because someone else hasn't done theirs, you can let them know. It's a nice, it helps with the culture of accountability and just in a friendly way saying, hey, I'm held up here, I need your help to if you can get me what you owe me, I can do my job and get my stuff to the next person or to the client. So that's been very, very helpful. We do a quarterly theme based on hitting our quarterly goals. We do bronze, silver, gold. So if we do an okay job, we might go bowling and have some beer. One quarter, we did a food bank half work day, and then went out for food and beverages. And if they do a really good job, which hopefully we do most quarters, and that's been the case, maybe go out to, this is an example, we went out to a vineyard and had heard music and drank and ate. But that's all tracked in the system, and all the employees can see our progress on a quarterly basis to earn that reward. The real game changer, I think, for us, and Vern just spoke about this, is the daily huddle. I'd been doing this on our own for probably 3 years before we got the system in place, and it was taking 30 minutes to an hour, and it was wearing people out. We revised it and started following this methodology in the software. We meet at 7:59 with my leadership team every morning, and it's really 2 things that we focus on. What is up, so that we're all learning together. What are clients saying? What do they need? We want to make sure everyone's learning together, and setting top priorities. And then that cascades out. Every single employee in our company has a daily huddle, and they're broken into interdepartmental teams. So sales and account management have a huddle together. It's pretty big, but they need to work together in that fashion. So out of the leadership team, if there's some news that the employees need to know, it's both on the dashboard, so if someone's out of the office, they can log in and see it, or they can, or if they're in their huddle, they'll hear about it. So within the first hour or 2 of the day, every employee in the company knows if there's something important that they need to be aware of, whether it's news or a big priority or initiative. Another thing that I like is a bird's eye view of top priorities, and this is for one particular employee, and you can see on a monthly basis every single top priority they set, and it's really 2 things. One, are they real rocks? If the day after day it's go to a meeting as the top priority, that's probably not being very thoughtful about your work, right? So are they really rocks that they're working on, and are they being done? And I found that to be very helpful as you're doing 2-weekers with the team. And then finally, another reason that we put everyone on the system is polling, and it goes to that feedback loop. Are employees satisfied, and what suggestions do they have so that we can do a better job? And it's done on an anonymous basis through the software, so they can feel safe to submit anything they want, and you can actually reply to them individually for that response, but it's all on an anonymous basis, and we found that to be very valuable. So I'll just wrap up. We've used working with our coach, using the software, and I encourage you guys to check it out if you have an interest or it would meet a need for you. But it's helped us organize our approach to really working across the board comprehensively on our business and scaling it, and let us be more comprehensive in that work at the same time, giving us a lot of efficiency. My team huddle now takes about 5 minutes instead of an hour, so I know my team's excited about that. Thank you, guys.